Hey friends, on today's adventure we're going to Ober Gatlinburg. I'm going to show you all the attractions and help you decide which ones you want to do if you're deciding to come here. You can either park at the top for $10 for everybody in your vehicle, or you can take the aerial tramway. You can park down the road here to the left if you're going to take the tramway, which you can walk down the street into the ticket center here. The current cost at the time of this video are $17 for adults and $14 for kids to ride the tram. It does offer you some really good views. So like I said, you can either go up to the top and just park everybody in your car for $10, or you can pay per person to ride the tramway. Just want to give you a look for the boarding process here. It's a large compartment. It can hold up to 120 people. If it is a hot day, you might want a front window seat here to get some air conditioning. But it does give you some amazing views of the Great Smoky Mountains, especially on the ride down, which you can see at the end of this video. And there's two trams, two different vehicles that go up and down, back and forth. They depart every 20 minutes. And you have this house here you can see that's only 6 inches on the mountain. Yes, I too am in disbelief. 6 inches. And you also see this house modeled after the 1970s Barbie dream house. You can see inside the cabin. You get a little bit of a sway at time when you come to the certain towers. Otherwise, it's about a 9-minute ride. It's a very scenic ride, especially on the way down. As we come into Ober Gatlinburg, we're going to go over to the wildlife encounter, give you a look at what that is like. And this is, again, the Smoky Mountain Wildlife Encounter. It's not necessarily like a top-of-the-line zoo. It's a little older, a little dated, but you can come over here and see the otters. You also have an inside area where they have all sorts of snakes and different creatures you can walk through. And then, of course, if you're in the Smoky Mountains, you got to see the bears. So they've got some bears out here, and they have different feeding times of the animals and such. So again, you can see all sorts of different wildlife here. It's, again, not a top-of-the-line zoo by any means. It's a small little area, but it's always something different. You never know what the animals may do, so it's something you can check out. And as you head back inside, you can see there's an information booth. You can come ask questions. But we're going to head over to what our favorite activity to do at Ober, which I think is honestly the best bang for your buck, and that's ice skating. So whether it's a hot summer day or in the winter time, our kids love ice skating, and I appreciate that it's only $8 and it includes your skate rentals. So just make sure you bring some socks. You also have these ice bumper cars, which if you ask me would I pay $8 for one quick session of ice bumper cars or indoor ice skating, I would do ice skating every single time. It's definitely a lot more bang for your buck, but if you got a wristband that had this included, it's definitely a fun thing to do. There's also a number of shops up at the top of Ober Gatlinburg that you can just kind of window shop or browse around, such as this puzzle shop, for example, that had all sorts of unique, interesting puzzles. There's also a little Sidewalk Cafe. They've got some pizza and sandwiches and different snacks. So heading outside, you also got a climbing tower here, some little kiddie rides. I just kind of equate it to similar to fair rides, along with this little maze that you can do. So these are, again, kind of like your $4 activities or things you can do with a wrist. Here's one of the outdoor water slides, and to be completely honest, I've never done it. I'm not one for closed tubes, so even when we've had wristbands, I've always skipped it. This is the latest edition, the trails at Ober Gatlinburg, so you can pick a certain time and go out and actually do a guided hike. So that's a new addition they've added to Ober Gatlinburg. We're going to head over to the tubing and the ski mountain coaster. I'm going to give you a good look at the mountain coaster, what that's like. And so whether it is the warm months or the cold months, they always have this tubing area here. So you can even do it in the summertime, come out and do some tubing. And here we're in line to get on the ski mountain coaster. At the time of this video, the ski mountain coaster is $16 for adults, $12 for children. I wouldn't say this is a phenomenal mountain coaster. There are ones that are much longer in length. Like this one's about approximately 5 minutes depending on how fast you go. But it does give you a little bit of a view of the area. It's a pretty long trek up. You can ride it with someone else. And I just want to show you a little bit of video. We actually have a full video showing you the full ride. You can check that one out. But again, this is just a little bit of what that ski mountain coaster is like. So I would say if you were only doing one mountain coaster your entire trip, I don't know that I would do this one. There are some higher rated ones that are longer, but if you're getting a wristband, I would say it's definitely worth using your wristband ride to come over and do this. All right, now we're going to take the Scenic chairlift, and I'll show you as well the Alpine Slide that you can do. The Alpine Slide it's a lot of fun for people of all ages. You can see some of the other little rides they have. They have a little golf course and numerous little activities. It's very similar to like a county fair is the best way I could describe some of these outside activities. And here's a look at the Alpine Slide, what you sit on, and you have a little controller at the front to slow yourself down. You can control your speed, and we actually created another video that shows you the full experience of this. I'll put a link right here where you can watch that. And finally, getting up top to the Scenic chairlift. I'll walk around and give you an idea of what it's like up top. And up to the very top, they do have some restrooms. So you can see your current elevation up top here. You got a little area you can get a photo. They sometimes have live music, lots of little seating areas and viewers that you can come enjoy the view, which actually on this particular day, it was a little bit hazy from some fires out west, so not the greatest video showing you some of the views, but just throughout the different seasons, seeing the leaves change in the fall is our favorite. You can see all the different mountains all around us. As you come down, you also see a number of different tables. You can sit and have lunch or a snack. You got a little kids play area. So if you have little ones, you can sit, relax, let them play in the play area. You got this little tram car sandwich area, the snacks and drinks and such. So just want to give you a feel for the outside of Ober Gatlinburg. So they also have an old school arcade up top, a lot of old retro games. And so overall, I would describe this as a very nostalgic place. I wouldn't say it's top of the line and everything's brand new like an Anarchista, but a lot of little old school nostalgic things about it. And one thing that never gets old is the view. This is probably my favorite part about the tramway down, is just seeing the beauty of God's creation. And what's awesome is to see all the changes in the different seasons. So this was shot in the summer, and it actually wasn't the best of visibility. We had some smoke from some fires out west, but it never ceases to amaze me how amazing the view is. Hopefully this video gave you a good overview of everything that Ober Gatlinburg has to offer in the warmer months. If there's anything we didn't cover or questions you have, drop those down in the comments. We'll do our best to answer. Otherwise, we do all sorts of videos about the Great Smoky Mountains. So hit that subscribe button and also check out this other video.